This is a store that I don't come into unless I have a specific reason why I'm here, because I see way too many things that I want, and it's a very dangerous place for me to be. So today is Sunday, February the 28th, 2021. Say hi, honey. Hi. And it is raining once again. Wow! It has been raining and raining and raining ever since we got back from Maryland. And I am ready for spring weather. We had some sunshine yesterday. Today was supposed to be partly cloudy, but it is raining. You guessed it. It is supposed to rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think Thursday we're supposed to get a break for a little while. We'll see. This is what happens in North Carolina when it transitions to spring. So I don't know why I'm surprised. When I was in Ohio, we used to have a lot of rain, like in April and May, and then by the end of May, it was getting hot. Like Memorial Day, it started to, actually get hot and sunny. We would have occasional days in May that were that way, but spring came like 2 months later there than it does here. So I really shouldn't be complaining, because spring comes in like February, March here, but spring transitions in a very wet way. So anyway. We are headed to the church, which is our normal Sunday morning routine, if you haven't figured it out by now. My husband is a pastor at a United Methodist Church, and we are going to do the service. And when service is over today, our youngest daughter is coming to meet us at the local rest stop on our way back home. And we're going to follow her out to her boyfriend's dad's house. So we've met him, right? We've met him at the party for graduation, right? So we have met him before. They've been dating for like about 3 years on and off now. And we have met both of his parents. His mom lives close to where we used to live before we moved into this house, in Manio area. And so we know her pretty well, but the dad we just have met barely, and so we're going over. He invited us over for dinner today, so we are going to go spend some time with him, get to know him a little bit better, and I'm looking forward to that. And Marcos, Ainsley's boyfriend, is a wonderful young man, so I know we are going to get along very well with his parents, because the apple usually doesn't fall very far from the tree. So this video is about balancing work life and family life. And so yesterday I had all these glorious plans of things that I was going to do, and I ended up obsessing over budget, which we needed to do. And we're transitioning in the way that we're doing our budget to splitting up our bills, so that both of us know more about what's going on, rather than, like, I technically have been the one who has been like taking care of paying things in the past, because it was just easier for a long time to do it that way. But now Joe and I are trying to like work more like together on it, so that we both know more about what's going on. And so we had some things that we were working out. It was like our second month working our new budget and trying to like split things up, and we're trying to work out the kinks. So we were doing that yesterday, and I don't know, I feel like I wasted a lot of my time yesterday that I had to do things that I planned to do. everything was good. I just wish I wouldn't have spent so much time on it. So one of the things about balancing family life with work life is that every minute counts, and on the weekends it's hard because I just want to do everything slow, because I feel like during the week I'm forced to make lots of quick decisions. As teachers, like, we're constantly making decisions all day long. We're decision makers, and things are thrown at us from one second to the next, and we just have to like figure it out. The kids respond in a way that we weren't expecting. Somebody comes in a certain mood or whatever, and right now we're having to think a lot about, cleaning and being safe and 6 feet apart and all of that. And so, that's just a lot of thinking, a lot of quick thinking. So on the weekends, like for me, my brain needs a detox from quick thinking, and so I just like tend to do everything really slow. I have to get my hydrosphere essays graded today. I should have done it a long time ago. I've been looking at them. I've opened them every time a kid sends them to me. I like open and glance. Why am I not just grading it right when I'm opening and glancing? I don't know. Because I'm an English teacher and I want to like hyper analyze everything. That's why. So I need to remember that I'm a science teacher right now, and the English stuff is an extra added bonus that I'm connecting to. And so I need to grade for content, and I need to do it faster than I would if I was doing an ELA class. So my one goal after I get home today that has to do with school is making sure that my hydrosphere essays are graded for the 8th graders and their grades are submitted so they can see what they got, because they worked really hard on them. And I'm very proud of them for a lot of the things that have been turned in. And they don't know that because I haven't given them their feedback yet. So that is something I have to do today. Also, I just want to make sure that my snacks are prepped for this week so that I have some things to eat. Not eating a big meal at school. I'm just kind of like eating low glycemic index snacks so that I don't spike my blood sugar. And then my main meal is when we get home, and I'm trying to make that earlier and earlier in the day since I'm trying to go to bed earlier. One thing I learned from last week's escapades of being exhausted all the time is that since I want to stay up and watch The Bachelor on Monday nights, which it's getting ready for the finale, I need to bank some sleep. So that means that somehow today I have to get my hydrosphere essays graded and get to bed at an early time so that tomorrow night when I stay up a little bit later, I will be okay. So I need to plan easy things for myself for Monday. I kind of have an idea of where I'm going. I'm in a little bit of a weird spot because I'm about to do hands-on things in 2 out of my 3 classes on Tuesday. So I have to figure out like what I want to do to get them ready for that. But I was kind of thinking about scheduling and stepping back a little bit and talking to the kids about what the schedule looks like now, what it's going to look like the next week when we're back 4 days in person. And when I do that, I don't have time for much else in my 6th and 8th grade because they're 30-minute Zooms on Monday. But my 7th graders, I definitely need to have a lesson. So when I went, some of you have seen my video about going to the mill in Rafine, Virginia, when I went for my graduation trip last spring. And when I did that, I took video footage and pictures of the gears and the mechanisms in the mill. And I was thinking at the time that would be a really great way to talk about simple machines. Well, the one thing I haven't covered in my Forces in Motion unit is simple machines. So I think I'm going to use that as a springboard for a lesson with my 7th graders to finish up the concepts, and then we're ready for a test and ready to move into weather. Last week I actually let them go out and start taking temperatures outside because I want them to have a lot of data as we're transitioning into warmer weather to see how things change and to notice trends. So I started that whole temperature thing last week, and I connected kinetic energy of motion to thermal energy, which really affects our weather. So I did connect those beautifully last week with my lesson that I did towards the end of the week, so I'm happy about that. But I'm kind of like zigging and zagging back and forth between the 2 units right now as we get ready to test and move into our weather unit. So I'm happy that we're doing the weather unit at this time of the year. It's a great time of the year to do it. I really need to do the weather unit like in the fall moving into winter, and in the winter moving into spring. I need to do it in the transition months because there's so much more interesting information to share when you do it that way. So next year I think I will start off with the forces in motion in my fall semester. I'll start off with that first, like I did here in January. This year I just sort of did it because I had just been teaching it and I wanted the continuity for myself as we were doing this crazy change back and forth between, you know, remote and hybrid learning, just to make life easier for myself. It was easier for me to continue on with my new group of students with the same unit that I've been teaching with my first semester students. So I did it that way this year, but then I realized, hey, probably want to do it in this order from now on. So it's been nice having the students back a little bit more. We're getting through more material than we were before with the 3 days, and so I know we're going to get through even more with 4 days a week. So that's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that in another week. So we have just one more week of this 3-day-a-week schedule. I put out a calendar that ended this next Friday. So I need to put out a new calendar for my students that has their new their new schedule coming up, but it'll be so much easier for them to figure out. So once I put that one out, I think after that I won't have to do them anymore, because it'll be, you know, Monday, Tuesday one thing, and Wednesday, Thursday another thing. So that's going to make life grand. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so ready for warm, sunny weather. What you got to say over there?
Me too.
Me too.
That's all I got to say.
That's it.
I'm ready for the rain to stop.
Yes. We are ready for the rain
I don't
to
want it
stop.
to rain so much that the guys can't get their crops in the ground.
True. That's a big deal out here. But we are lucky to have a long growing season in eastern North Carolina, so that does help. But this rain needs to definitely dry up soon so that they can start planting. And I get excited when they start planting. I start thinking about planting at my house, and this year I have a new house, so I get to figure out flower beds and where I want them. And this guy over here, he usually digs for me for my birthday. Are you excited?
No.
He's so good at it. He loves me. Okay, so I'm getting ready for church, and I have used my new palette from Shades of Shan, and I really like it. I actually went and looked up a everyday makeup tutorial, and not perfect, but I do like the way that I put this on. One of my problems is that my eyelid is very short, and so it's hard for me to do different shades. I almost need to put some up there, but then I run into it looking strange, so it's not exactly the way I wanted, but it looks pretty good. This is the Taffy, and this is the Pinot down here, and then I have smudged my eyeliner. I have the eye brightener on. I think that it's definitely helping. And then I have used the brow serum. What's it called? The brow setter, 24-hour brow setter. And if you can see, I don't know if you can see the difference. This one is higher because I just brushed it up basically, and it's supposedly going to stay that way. So I kind of like that. I didn't think about how that would help lift my eyebrows, which that's the effect that you get when you have your eyebrows waxed, which I actually am in need of a wax right now. I refuse to pluck my eyebrows. I literally go and get them waxed every so often when I notice they're getting like out of control, and the rest of the time they are what they are. So I'm gonna do the other one, and then we will compare. But so far I'm liking this more than I thought that I would. Okay, so this one's done. The thing that I like about it is that it really kind of defines your shape of your arch of your eye bone. I'm probably not saying that right, but you know what I mean. And that gives you like more height and a more youthful appearance and highlights your other, like with me, I have high cheekbones and I feel like having my eyebrows like high like that, set in that, you know, arch emphasizes my high cheekbones, which thins my face, which I like, and that's a youthful look. So I think I'm a fan of this. Actually, I was skeptical, but I might actually end up using this. And I'm getting ready to put on my pharmacy. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. I looked it up the other day and there was like a Norwegian pronunciation of it. So I think it's right. I'm putting this one on today. So this afternoon is a me afternoon, evening. I am doing a little self-care in several forms. I just finished having my mammogram. Woo-hoo. And I could not believe it. I literally did it, and then probably like an hour later, I got an email that said that I had test results already reported to my chart. So I logged in and I'm good to go. Everything's fine for another year. So yay me. It's been something that I've been needing to do, and I've scheduled a couple times. Then I've had conflicts, things got in the way. And then mom's diagnosis came, so of course, then you take it more seriously. It's not just like a preventative, like maybe it's important. No, now it's suddenly important because, you know, in my family now there's a history of hormone responsive cancer. So I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen to me. So anyway, I am headed into Staples now. First thing that I did for me was medical. Now I'm doing something that will make my heart happy. My youngest daughter is running a mom stay out program, and we went shopping the other day for some things that she needed in the month of March. And there were a couple things that we didn't find that she's trying to like keep her budget down, and I didn't get her anything for Valentine's Day this year, just because we weren't around each other at that time. So I'm gonna go in there and pick up a couple things in Staples that she needed, but she wasn't able to get, and surprise her. So that's gonna make me happy. I had a cod sandwich for lunch, which is high in omega-3s. So hopefully I am going to be feeling good after that. And I think I'm gonna go get my nails done while I'm at the beach here. So yay me, fun evening for me. I'm kind of like on a date with myself tonight. And before I leave this parking lot, I'm gonna go to pick up some candles because I noticed that my candle supply is running low. So I'm gonna pop into TJ Maxx too while I'm over here, and ignore all of the clothes because I don't need any right now. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We are also looking at dogs. I really have been looking a lot at a couple of different breeds of dogs. One breed is the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, because both of us have allergies to pet dander, and that one tends to be pretty good with that. Not too bad, depending on the type of, like how long the fur is or how long the coat is. But that type of dog is super good with kids. And we have one grandbaby now, but I'm sure that eventually we're going to have more, because two of our daughters are already married and one is planning on eventually getting married. So, you know, I want a dog that can handle a random grandbaby showing up for a weekend visit or something, or coming to visit for a vacation in the summertime. So the Cavalier King Charles is good for that. Also, they are good for needing to be on their own during the day and needing a moderate amount of exercise. Also looking at Labradoodles and Golden Doodles, which I know someone personally who I just found out is a breeder of Golden Doodles She has a litter right now, but I don't think I'm ready to buy yet. We are kind of in the looking stages, and I think I want to buy like May or June because I want to be at least close to the end of the school year so that I can spend a lot of time with the dog, getting it used to our house and, you know, making a place for it and all that.
Summer school, we don't have an end of the school year.
In North Carolina, they're talking about summer school this year. Like,
I think we should just buy the dog now.
Okay. It's true that no matter when we do it, there's going to be other things going on. But anyway, we're probably going to end up doing summer school this summer, I'm thinking. Because they're doing that as like a way to get kids back on track from what they're calling a skip year. The students that really didn't do much during this whole pandemic learning thing. And that's for different reasons. That could be because of parents working really super hard just to put food on the table. And, you know, I have absolutely no lack of respect for parents in that situation. Like, we've been there where we had to work a couple jobs when we were going through some rough things. And, you know, balancing that with taking care of your kids is a lot. Fortunately, we had great kids that, like, they were self-motivated, and so we had it easy. But if you have a kid that has personality that's not self-motivated, it's a lot. It's a struggle. So anyway, the governor is talking summer school for those kids, and we have been having preliminary discussions about who might benefit from it, and it's looking like we might end up working and only have like 2 weeks of break this summer. So you may be right, buying a dog right now might be just as good as buying a dog in May or June.